Hello, and welcome to the Marilyn Younger Conley School of Social Work's Field Instructors Orientation, Module 2. In this module, we will discuss our social work program's purpose, requirements, and expectations of the field experience. Our objectives for this module are 1. Recognize the purpose of field education as indicated by the CSWE 2015 educational policies and accreditation standards. 2. Understand the ways in which field education provides students with socialization to the profession. 3. Identify the CSWE and university requirements for field education. 4. Recognize the expectation of generalist practice experiences and advanced generalist practice experiences. The Council on Social Work Education has implemented a set of educational policy and accreditation standards that establish the guidelines we use in curriculum development and program implementation. Of these, Educational Policy 2.3 identifies field education as the signature pedagogy of social work education, and Accreditation Standard 2.11 directs that the field experience should connect practice to the theory and concepts introduced in the classroom. Socialization to the profession. According to CSWE Educational Policy 2.3, signature pedagogy represents the central form of instruction and learning which a profession socializes its students to perform the role of practitioner. This socialization takes place at multiple levels. Students become familiar with standard operating procedures of their specific field agencies, its client base, and the services offered. Students learn, through observation, professional behavior and practice as modeled by agency professionals. Students have the opportunity to witness the ways in which the agency deals with ethical dilemmas, client issues, or crisis situations, connecting their responses to the NSAW Code of Ethics. CSWE requirements for BSW and MSW program field instructors differ slightly. At the BSW level, field instructors must have a minimum of a BSW earned from a CSWE accredited school or program of study. At the MSW level, field instructors hold an MSW from a CSWE accredited school or program of study and must have a minimum of 2 years postmaster's practice experience. University requirements for field instructors. Field instructors provide a minimum of 2 hours per week of direct supervision or consultation. Field instructors assist the student with the learning plan by helping them develop appropriate agency-specific learning tasks. Field instructors sign the students' timesheets, evaluate the student's performance at midterm and at the end of each semester. Our BSW and MSW programs have a generalist practice focus. Fields 1 and 2 are the same for both BSW and MSW students. Students who qualify for advanced standing are not required to take Fields 1 and 2 as they completed them in their BSW program. Generalist practice experiences for Fields 1 and 2 include 1. Opportunities to learn and practice generalist social work, including micro, meso, and macro approaches grounded in a person and environment framework, using critical thinking at all levels and a range of empirically supported interventions. 2. Regular weekly supervision to discuss the integration and application of classroom learning and to maintain ethical practices. 3. Timely orientation and observational experiences so that students may move more quickly into supervised direct service responsibilities. 4. Opportunities to participate in the problem-solving or planned change process over time so they can experience the process of engagement, assessment, intervention, and evaluation. Let's continue with generalist practice experiences for Fields 1 and 2. Number 5. Opportunities to work with and on behalf of clients from marginalized populations and advocate for human rights, social, economic, and/or environmental justice. 6. Encouragement to identify and address the impact of context on professional practice. 7. An environment in which to engage in critical reflection upon their practice and the development of a professional identity as a social worker. 8. Supervision that emphasizes and supports ways to build on strengths, resiliencies, and the unique gifts of all human beings in ways that promote their well-being. 9. Encouragement and support to engage diversity and build cultural competence. Both advanced standing and full 2-year MSW students take fields 3 and 4. It is expected that practice experiences in fields 3 and 4 should be advanced generalist practice experiences and include 1. Opportunities to further develop generalist skills. 2. Opportunities to engage in clinical social work. 3. Responsibilities to solve problems using creativity and evidence based on practices rather than to complete assigned discrete tasks. 4. Apply direct practice skills in more complex situations, especially in multi-system settings such as school, home, child welfare, adult welfare, community agencies, etc. Students in fields 3 and 4 are also expected to 1. Engage in leadership activities. For example, run a staff meeting, host an interagency conference, mobilize a group for planned change, etc. 2. Identify issues from direct practice that could be positively affected by broader systematic change and engage in related advocacy. 3. Engage in scientific inquiry. 4. Navigate and resolve complex ethical issues. Let's test your recollection of the information covered in this module. The CSWE has identified field education as the blank of social work education. Is it A. Theoretical base, B. Signature pedagogy, C. Socialization, or D. Facilitator? If you answered B. Signature pedagogy, you are correct. According to the university's requirements, field instructors do all of the following except A. Assist with the development of learning tasks for the learning plan, B. Sign off the students' timesheets, C. Grade students' written work, or D. Evaluate the students' performance at midterm and at the end of the semester. If you answered C, grade students' written work, you are correct. Now it's time for some true or false questions. Generalist practice field placements provide students opportunities to learn and practice generalist social work, including micro, meso, and macro approaches. If you answered true, you are correct. Students in fields 1 and 2, BSW and 2-year MSW, will focus on generalist practice skills, and students in fields 3 and 4, MSW, will focus on advanced generalist practice skills. If you answer true, you are correct. Student socialization to the profession through the field practicum includes all of the following except A. Becoming familiar with standard operating procedures of an agency, B. Witnessing ways in which an agency deals with ethical dilemmas, client issues, or crisis situations, C. Learning professional behavior through observation, or D. Socializing with clients and their families. If you answered D, socializing with clients and their families, you are correct. Great job! Thank you for completing Module 2. See you in Module 3.